tuning in to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on Accelerated Radio in the city of Inglewood, California. You can also catch us live on YouTube or listen to our archives later on Spotify.
All right, all
Or
right.
on other platforms as well. Now, this is Liz, aka LGD Poet, and we are here with our co-host.
Mahogany Soul, yes, yes. We are here live at Accelerated Radio. And as always, y'all know we got a nice show for you today.
And hey family, it's your girl Alexis Faye. I'm back again for another Saturday.
Another Saturday, another Saturday. Welcome to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is Ghetto Gospel here on the mic, aka Gigi the Storyteller. And y'all know I have so many stories to tell. One being, this is Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is 11 years of my life. 11 years of artistic diva. We put a lot into this. And we here on Accelerated Radio every Saturday from 2 to 3.
Exactly, every Saturday from 2 to 3. So we expect you to tune in and listen to some live poetry, some great poetry, and great artists. But later on, we're also going to have and welcome another co-host from New York. Her name is Mo. But as of right now, we're going to go ahead and welcome our guest from, she is live from Toronto, Canada. Her name is Mango Moody. How are you doing, Mango Moody?
All right.
Mookie, I'm sorry, Mango Mookie.
Mango Mookie in the Hotwordz house.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. You know, I did a little bit of research on you. I just want to go ahead and let us know who you are today.
Okay, so my name is Mango Mookie. I'm from Toronto, spoken word artist, of course, and also the founder of Healing Through Art, which is a safe-space community dedicated to healing trauma through the expression of art. And of course, I love mangoes.
Perfect. That's my favorite fruit, by the way. So
Yeah.
sweet, just as your smile is right now. I went ahead and I did check you out a little bit. You as you said, you do have a Healing Through Thoughts. You're the founder of that.
Yeah.
And you're a
Through Art.
spoken word artist. And you're also a spoken word Sunday on Instagram, correct?
Yes. So I've launched a little segment on Instagram called Spoken Word Sundays. Every Sunday, I drop a poem dedicated to motivation and healing.
That's a great thing. This is Mahogany Soul, Mango Mookie. I wanted to know, what's your inspiration for healing through trauma? Did you have some personal trauma that you had to heal through yourself, and that inspired you?
Yeah. A lot of the pain I went through, I kind of came to a point in life where I had to learn how to turn it into power. Trigger warning. I don't know if like everyone had the chance to check out my poems, but I am a sexual assault survivor, so that was something that I had to overcome. And then I was really close with my father. He passed like a year and a half ago, so it's been a lot of personal healing, and my spoken word was what has helped me through all of that.
That's a beautiful thing when you can turn your pain into power.
This is Liz,
Yeah,
aka
yeah.
LGD Poet. I did have a chance to listen to some of your poetry, and Body Parts really resonated with me particularly. I understand that it's a poem of healing because of the trauma that you've been through. I did find, like for instance, never felt this phrase, never felt safe, not even in my own skin, traumatized, suicidal. So it's very profound. Do you now feel safe in your own skin? Or do you continue to feel like it's a work in progress?
Honestly, I had to learn how to become safe in my own skin because I personally realized that my father was my safe space. So when I no longer had that, everything rose to the surface. So I can honestly say it's always going to be a work in progress, but I definitely do feel a lot safer in my own skin, and I've become that home to myself. I came back to myself through that authenticity.
Authenticity is definitely great. Now, I understand with trauma victims, we have a lot of triggers. How do you deal with your
Yeah.
triggers now?
Visualization, grounding techniques. So I realized that like I really like the color purple. That calms me down. So if I'm feeling like unsafe, I'll try to visualize like this purple bubble around myself and have like my favorite thing within that bubble, or like picture myself hugging my dad.
Okay.
Hey,
Those things do definitely work.
hey family, it's your girl Alexis Faye. So, Mookie, Mookie, I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. Why don't you
Mookie.
grace us
Mookie.
with a piece? Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So the piece I'm gonna do for you guys is called "Get That Money, Honey." So
Oh yeah.
here we go. The loneliness is so loud, but the pain doesn't make a sound. It creeps in slow and it swallows you whole. Belly of the beast is where you reside. Anxiety and silence, mind filled with violence. It's you against you. You could be your own worst enemy. You hit rock bottom. Are you willing to build a new foundation? The only consistent thing in your life right now just might be Satan. Welcome to the self-pity station. The devil's been waiting on you to arrive. You lost your soul, but you didn't sell it. Hell got you surrounded. Your soldiers fold one by one, and you fight the dark side, but you stay stuck in the middle. Robbed is what you are. Poor is your state of mind. You fail to see you are rich. Rich in love, rich in hope, rich in faith. You're so focused on the one eighth life has presented to you. A hell you become bound to. Maybe you should try and reevaluate who surrounds you. Robbed is what you are. Get that money, honey. Time is precious, but you steady wasting and you broke, so get that money, honey. The system said to fail you, hail more power to you. Right now, you restricting God from working through you, but to each their own, so do you. In the belly of the beast is where you reside, but wait, do you still have yet to pick a side? You say you riding, but you steady lying that you okay. See, what you gotta realize is, your heart's got a heart, just not for yourself, so here you stand, lost. Ready to sell your soul this time, just to buy some time. You feel it in your gut like waves, negativity and devastation so deep, sage cannot cleanse the air around you. You laugh and you put it past you. You got things to do. Get that money, honey. Another day you stuck down on your luck, you ought to forget this, like you got a choice. Your spirit's wandering and you're no longer self-aware and you got a little tendency to overshare. Overthinking is your pastime. When your thoughts and your words meet, they always seem to get lost in translation. I guess devastation will do that to you when you're staring in the eyes of your world slowly crumbling down. These moments can be so humbling. Emotions coming in waves, you've been drowning for days with nobody to save you from you. Viewing life as though it's played you. In the belly of the beach trying to pray your way out. You heard, that's the only way to make it through another day. So get up, get that money, honey. I promise one day it's gonna be sunny. Thank you.
Right.
Powerful.
Get that money, honey.
Oh wow.
Snap. Thank you. Thank you
Get
very
that
much for that.
money.
And we're definitely going to try to get our money, honeys, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I heard some of those lyrics and very, very impactful. You know, one of the ones that I heard was the tendency to overshare. As victims or as people who've gone through trauma or sometimes very vulnerable and naive, we have a tendency to share. So how do you now, you know, hold yourself back from sharing too much, if that's what you do?
Journaling. Journaling and writing things out have really become something that helps me. And also, like, returning back to myself again, knowing my audience and who I'm able to share that vulnerability with and who I'm able to, like, that, I cannot do that with. So I would definitely say that, and just trying to be more in tune with my intuition, because not everybody that's listening to you is here to help or just like listen and help your healing process as a whole. Some people just they want to go around and they want to share things about you in the negative light. So you really have to know who you're dealing with.
This is
Most
Gigi,
definitely.
and I want to say, you know, we have those vampires. When we overshare, we are feeding them, and they're loving it while they're draining us at the same time. So,
AKA narcissist.
some like that, some like that.
So I have encountered a lot of narcissists, and as an empath myself, I kind of I realized that I end up very drained from sharing too much. And like you as a poet, I also journal to try to heal from the trauma that I've gone through in my youth. But there was a lot of self-pity there too. How long was your self-pity? Or are you still in the process or still progressing from that?
That self pity lasted for years. So my birthday is actually next Friday. I'll be 26. I think I've dealt with this self pity for 24 years, but I wasn't realizing that I was dealing with this pity at all. And then one day it was just like, people say that things fall apart in order to come together, and I felt like my life was embodying that, and I really had to like wake up and see that. So I would say 24 years.
And I realized that through your own healing, you're beginning to heal other people. That's why you're the founder of this healing process. And I admire that. I respect that a lot because it takes a lot for people who are, broken, not by your own hands, but by others, to try to help heal others. Do you think that you might have another poem you want to share that will resonate with a lot of us?
Let's see.
This is Ghetto Gospel. You're listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater, broadcasting live on Accelerated Radio every Saturday from 2 to 3 Pacific Standard Time. West Coast flavor all day.
All day in Inglewood, California. Y'all know what it is. Poetry, hip-hop, spoken word. We are here and we live.
Exactly. Live here in Inglewood, California. Always ready to listen to some great poets from around the world.
So you ready, Mango Mookie? We waiting on you.
Let's go.
I'm ready. So this one's actually called Words from the Brokenhearted. I prayed for the world to stop. I prayed for my pain to echo through souls throughout the globe. I prayed that my pain would be felt, and not in a malicious manner, only as an empath feeling unheard. I prayed and I prayed. I couldn't have you back. My world came to a halt. I prayed and I prayed until everyone else's world stopped, much like mine did. And when it did, we all went crazy. But the void lingered, it grew deeper, and suddenly the hill I was on was growing steeper. I prayed and I prayed for my own healing, collecting and reflecting on my own abyss of memories, filled with love, grief, anything that had been my demise, enemies that came in disguise, angels with pretty wings waiting in the wings, the loss, the opportunity, the building, and the deconstructing. I prayed and I prayed until God whispered, "You didn't listen. Your pain is a gift." And to all those what you've been through, the ruins and the reaping of what you sowed, the world slowed along with you in order for your healing. Your words are healing everyone, including yourself. The words from the brokenhearted is where the healing started. Thank you.
Yes,
That's
yes.
powerful.
Snap to healing.
Very powerful.
Thank you for sharing that again. A broken heart and the pain of others is sometimes the light for others. The light that continues to heal.
Definitely. This is Mahogany Soul. Your vulnerability is something that's definitely needed because a lot of people are not in that place to speak their truth, speak their past hurts and pains. And when we share that, we can add to the collective healing. So that's a great thing.
Yes, and I just wanted to say, go ahead.
I was going to say, I really appreciate that. I think for a long time in my life, I looked at my vulnerability as something negative, and then one day I was just like, no, this is a superpower. You got to own this. Thank you.
Yes.
And that's evident through the work you do, through being a founder of Healing Through Arts. I think that's very powerful. So,
thank you again. And everybody, you are listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on Accelerated Radio. You can catch us live on YouTube at the moment. And don't forget, you can listen to our archives on Spotify much later. So I have another question for you. So now that you are on Spoken Word Sunday, how do you basically assist people in sharing, healing their trauma on Spoken Word Sunday? And is that your most popular platform that you share your poetry on?
Yes, as of right now, of course I'm looking to expand, but I think a lot of my followers and just people that I've been helping out was through that segment on Instagram. So really just the engagement. Sometimes I'll post a poem and DMs are full because it's like, girl, that resonated. Thank you for that. And I just try to make myself available to people while providing that balance for myself. Hey, if you need me, you want to talk, let me know. You need journal prompts? I got you. Just really being available, but also integrating that balance into it as well.
The availability is great, but you always have to make sure to have that balance for yourself because, as you are healing yourself, you don't want to take on too much and then end up an empty well again.
That's
so
true.
how do you keep that balance pretty well?
Yeah, so lately, like, that was something I really had to learn because I felt like I was giving out a lot and it was getting super exhausted. But now, I don't do the instant replies. I reply when I can. I make sure that I wake up in the morning. I create a schedule for myself, and like having that engagement is a part of being on that schedule, so that the time is allocated accordingly.
Now let us know where else we can find you. You know, follow your your trauma healing, the healing through thought. Where can we find you? What is your website? Do you have a
Right now,
website?
my website is actually under construction, but when it is up and running, it's going to be healingthroughart.ca.
Okay.
So is the best way to contact you right now through IG?
Yes, that's the best way right now.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
No
This is Gigi the
problem.
storyteller. That's the perfect way to find Mookie because that's where I found her. So it was great. She was rocking it on the poetry. And I said, oh, we must have her on. I mean, the topic, the content that we have is amazing because of the things that we go through, and especially women, and then we want to talk about it and then speak on it under our breath, especially if we have been molested. We're not going to keep that quiet anymore because these are things that happen to so many women, and then we have to write about it if we're creative. So we're writing about it in those codes or whatnot, and a lot of writers are being very bold about it to women, and even men are being molested too. We're living in some hard times, right? We're fighting against the good and the evil, so let's be outspoken.
Yes.
Let's write about it, keep writing about it. It is not our shame. It's the other person. It's the other guy.
It takes a lot to go
Yeah.
ahead and recognize it and become aware that it is not our shame. And I'm sure that the men go through it a lot. I'm not comparing it per se, but it must be very difficult for men to really heal from that and then project the manhood that they should or that they were expected to in a relationship. For women, it's hard to trust men after they've gone through trauma, and unfortunately, some of the victims, and I hate that word, by the way, victim, because it kind of victimize ourselves
Survivors.
over and over. I don't even like survivor either. I mean, what do you think of those words, Mookie? Mango.
Okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I'm glad that you actually brought that up. I don't like using the word victim because it's like you. I feel like it still places you in that mentality of like, wow, this happened to me. And then survivor, I feel like it's the easiest way to describe it when you're speaking with people who not don't necessarily have this experience. But I also, like you, don't really like the word because I feel like we're still attaching ourselves to that trauma that we endured, and we're separate from that, right? It may have helped us grow and formed us into who we are and how we're standing in front of people now, but it's still not ours to carry or identify with. Like, oh, that
Exactly.
that is it to me. So,
Exactly. And I agree with you. And I really hope that people can understand that and we can heal and use different words to just narrate our own stories as moving along. Now we're going to go ahead and just jump onto a track right now. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll hear another poem after this track from you. Thank you, Mango.
okay, no problem.
And you're listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on Accelerated Radio in the city of Inglewood, California.
At the intersection of lies and truth, tell me, what does it mean? Does it mean to you? What direction do I go? Left, up, down, right, I don't know. Left my ego at the door. Now backwards or only forward, I know. Refresh, it's the rebirth of me. Waited so long, now I'm finally free. But why does it feel like I can't spread my wings? I can't spread my wings. Yeah. Is it cause I feel like public enemy number one? Cause everywhere I go it's like they're watching me. Is it cause my life and my reality is compared to the images that flash on TV screens? Is it cause they told me I was just a nigga of reality? I was a queen. Yeah, I'm a queen. Yeah, royalty. Yeah, history. Funk, what you say to me? You can't tell me about my identity. Yeah, funk, what you say to we? You can't tell us about our identity, nigga, please. Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me you're wrong, I'm right. Don't tell me how high I can go. Don't tell me nothing, no, I don't wanna hear it. The lies, the fear, I no longer live it. Awaken to the truth, feel it in my spirit. Ancestors walk with me, listen, you can hear them. If you listen, you can hear them. Na, 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 na. Two little birds and they sound so sweet. They say, tweet da da dee da da dee dee. Yeah, do you know the meaning of free? Not physically, I'm talking mentally. Do you really know? Do you know the meaning of free? Not physically, I'm talking mentally, but they don't hear me though. Do you know the meaning of free? Not physically, but mentally. Do you? It's a cold world, it's getting colder. Look up, not younger, we're older. The days they slip off the axis. With the weight of the challenge of being a slave to a system. Crooked smiles, crooked hearts, relentless. No repentance from the enemy. Blowing on the calorie tree, searching for the higher me. Yeah. Baby, dry your eyes. You know the sun will shine. Everything is mine, mine now.
And you are listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on Accelerated Radio in Inglewood, California. That is a track from our very own Mahogany. Very strong words, girl. Yes, I have to say that. Very good.
Yes,
beautiful. Very beautiful.
Thank you. That was contemplating. There's a lot to contemplate on at these times.
And you can tell by the lyrics. Mm-hmm. The lyrics are very, contemplative.
Very
much so.
I definitely had a lot to think on. So.
Thank you very much. Loved it. And now we're back with Mango Moody. Thank you.
Mango Mookie.
Miss Mookie. I'm so sorry, Mango Mookie.
She loves mangoes.
Mango. We love mango. So do you want to go ahead and bless us with another piece of your poetry?
Yes. So this one's called Shaped by the Hands of God. It touches on like society post-COVID, pre-COVID, and a bunch of other things. So I'm just going to go ahead. When you were shaped by the hands of God, you didn't know it would be like this. You were just a piece of clay crafted ever so carefully. Anxiety got you living fearfully. Are you a God-fearing woman messing with like-minded individuals? Raise the bar higher, get spiritual, and let every desire be fulfilled, God willing. An ending is nearing. You feel as though pieces of you are being chiseled away closest to your heart. Your greatest love vanishes. How do you manage this? When you were shaped by the hands of God, you didn't know it'd be like this. You didn't know you'd sit here making wishes. You didn't know it might be your last Christmas. You didn't know the beauty life was to bring as angels wait for you to come home. Amazing grace they sing. You didn't know the pain the devil would inflict. Who knew the beautiful work of art you are, dipped in gold, glittering as is, would be so constricted? Your breast shallow and restricted. Sleepless nights, we become accustomed to them. This feels like a prison and we're condemned. Our backs pain from all the burdens we carry. Nobody taught us essential things like how to hand them over to God, our creator, the mighty Savior. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for somebody to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ after you suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. When you were crafted by the hands of God, you didn't know it would be like this. You didn't know you trade money for time. Society has warped your mind. 9 to 5, work for the man. Do it again. Follow the plan. You turned a blind eye to the systemic racism. It's all systemic. Keep the rich rich. It's automatic. Point is, life moves fast, but we're never really living. When you were crafted by the hands of God, you had no idea. Now you, God-fearing woman, wonder, can you rewrite a story that's already been written? As you pick up the pen and you begin to write, you realize the story you created was never meant to be written. You are not God, baby girl. You don't get to call the shots. You just trust that they've hit the target, even if that target's a loved one. When you were shaped by the hands of God, Neither of you knew what long suffering was. You're so familiar these days. But be the lion. Your heart already matches it. Don't get devoured. Don't forget where that heart originated from when the final piece is chiseled away. It might just be a matter of days. But from God, don't stray. Thank you guys.
That was a powerful piece. Very, very
you.
powerful. I want to ask you just a quick question before we move along. You said, not God, baby girl. So, how much of you is your own hero, and how much of God and faith is your hero?
I have to say 100% because the real poem or meaning behind this actually originated from when my dad was sick, and I felt like I spent a lot of time before he even passed and being angry and wondering why it had to be him. But I had to also like kind of turn that over to God and understand that it's already been written, and I have to trust that something bigger is gonna come from it. So I need to say 100% God because there's situations I didn't think I would be able to see myself through, but pulled me through.
Yes.
Wow, that gave me the chills, girl.
Powerful.
Very, very powerful. And thank you for your candidness, for being so vulnerable and open and sharing not just your poetry, but your personality and who you are deep down and those vulnerabilities. We really do appreciate that.
I wanted to ask you, do you have any upcoming projects that you want to let the people know about? Anything that you want to say?
Yes, so I do have a project. I'm going to be releasing a book. I don't have the release date yet, but what it is it's a collection of poems navigating through the 5 stages of grief. It's going to be on Amazon, and it's going to be called The Handbook for the Living After Death. Because we always wonder about the afterlife, but nobody's telling us how to deal with death or even just grief in general. We need to normalize those things and stop making it such a taboo convo. So I will be like providing updates on my Instagram, which is Mango Mookie, but biggest project coming up soon is the book.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is the co-host, Alexis Faye. And I want to just thank you for being on here and giving us those words. I think it's very powerful and a very much needed conversation. Healing is so powerful. And I thank you for showing people how to do that through your art, through your passion.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
And continue sharing
We
your
appreciate
poetry.
you, Mango. You have a blessed one.
Thank you.
Mango Mookie from Toronto. That sounds good.
And your favorite fruit is mango. Thank you. Have a great one. We'll see you next time.
You
Peace,
too.
peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Check it out on Spotify. Tell all your friends. This is Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is Ghetto Gospel, a.k.a. Gigi the Storyteller. And I'm telling you, whew, wasn't that a great interview?
Yes, it was. Once again, you're listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on a Celebrated Radio, and we are going to go ahead and have Michael Christopher come on.
Come on,
Hi,
come on, come on.
He is an
Welcome,
artist, a
welcome.
well-rounded artist, basically.
That's it.
I should say
I can
he's
take
an
that. I can take that.
entertainer, a writer, and
Artist, producer, engineer.
There you go.
I'm a CEO of A Plus Entertainment. That's an independent black-owned label that I started 9 years ago. Originally from Toledo, Ohio.
Thank you for welcoming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Okay. We're going to go ahead and hear a piece from you.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Ohio be showing up, I tell you.
Definitely.
Last week we had Jonathan Smart on the V Mix, and prior to that, he was live in the studio here.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
so-
I can do a little acapella piece real quick. I gotta go check out some more music on Spotify. Look up Michael Christopher, Micheal Christopher, Christopher. On Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to stream music. We got some videos on YouTube. You can get there from keepitaplus.com. Check out, we got merch and a lot of things going on, a lot of different artists all over Texas, Ohio. But yeah, I can get to a little freestyle. Let's see.
Let's go.
All right.
Make sure you keep it clean on the hot word scene, all right? No
All
profanity.
right. I
All
won't
right.
let loose too much.
Okay.
Y'all know Gigi 6-0, honey. I've been doing this a long time, sweethearts.
Let's see. From the county line to prime time, I think this good life fit me fine. Came up from nothing, man, it's divine. Turning sugar to rocks like water to wine. Mine got to shine, I got to go for mine. And I gotta keep that eye for dudes trying to press my line. Gotta watch the signs, this thing could end at any time. That's why I fast forward, I don't press rewind. Now make it quick cause I'm pressed for time. Plus I heard through the grapevines you been talking down. Hope you keep that same energy when I come around. Cause when I make a move, I don't make a sound. Latest pair of sneakers, how I run the town. Ain't no need for all that drama, baby, simmer down. I got a pocket full of blues, how you like me now? Remember they used to try to play me like I wasn't him. Now them same chicks hang on my stick like a jungle gym. Huh? Yeah, yippee-ki-yay. Self-made dude, man, I came up my way, yeah. I hit the highway, the flyway. 500 horses pulling out the driveway.
Okay.
Hey.
Michael Christopher.
Hip hop.
Yes.
So you from Toledo, Ohio. Has that influenced your music anyway, or just yourself being in LA now?
Yes, definitely. Toledo, it's around Motown, and that struggle that's from around that area because it's not a lot of resources around there, but it's a beautiful town, and we always make the most of, the most of the less. You know what I'm saying? We might not have, but we always have fun, and we rich in a lot of different areas besides money and stuff like that. So I learned that kind of culture there, and that always influenced my music, man, and the soul part of it. I kind of try to keep that Motown soul to my music. And I was also in Texas about 9 or 10 years, so I got a lot of influences down there. So me coming out to Cali was just me going out on my own and creating my thing.
Do you say you have a specific genre or a type of music
Well,
you make?
I'm hip hop.
Okay.
I just use a lot of influences from different places. I mean, hip hop, it was based on making something out of nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was turning samples into hip hop songs. So that was the origin of hip hop. So that's kind of what I stay true to. Right now this next album I got is a lot of live instrumentation influence, but I kind of I draw from different things.
Okay.
Who has been this is Liz from Liz, aka LGD Poet. Who has been your most influential artist that you basically learned from?
Man, I learned from a lot of people, man, and I like to look up a lot of because I want to stay independent in this game for as long as I can, and I like to look up a lot of different artists. But honestly, musically, I would say, and this would probably be a surprise, but Sade.
Oh no, it's not a surprise. I see why.
No surprise, no surprise.
That's not a surprise?
No surprise.
No surprise.
Surprise.
Not a surprise because she's all about music.
Yeah.
That soulfulness, and you got that in your lyrics and your freestyle. So, not a surprise for me.
Well, she was definitely dope, and I had a lot of I had a good childhood, but I had a lot of hard times, and Sade music was one that always felt comforting, and I would always picture myself as the guy she was talking about. So I was a smooth operator. And,
Exactly.
I turned into that guy. But other Tupac, Jay-Z, I follow a lot of his business moves. Tupac for just the topics that he talked about. Biggie as far as like lyricism. Wayne as far as like just coming off the top and just being out the box with it. So it's a lot of different people that I like for different things, different reasons.
Okay, and you saying that Toledo was kind of a hard city. Do you feel that your music that you make is, for the people that's on the grind, for the hustle, that know about the struggle? Would you say that your music is for that demographic?
Yes, some of my music is. My last album was called Survival of the Smoothest, and that was really talking about the come up of being black in America, and coming from the streets and the things you have to deal with. But I'd like to talk about for different people. And this next one, this next album we dropping here soon, with the quarantine, a lot of things are backed up and stuff like that. I'm calling it The Smooth, and I'm kind of doing this more for, because I'm 30, I'm 31 now, and I'm not the type of person that's going to try to, hide his age or follow some trends or stuff like that. So it's more like a grown man. It's more like growing up, and it's more for the ladies too, what I'm saying? But it's still for the street hustlers, which, just growing up more with it, you know.
Okay, so we looking forward to some more smoother tracks as we move into these months. So the
Definitely.
ladies definitely need something to vibe to, so we looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Some
definitely.
grown men things to vibe to. So I hope to hear some grown men things to vibe to. I have a quick question though. I did read that you were formerly known as Smooth.
Yes.
So what happened? What are you
Well, I
now
mean, I'm
known
still-
as Michael Christopher or still Smooth?
Well, Michael Christopher Rogers is my real name, and honestly, when I first started rapping, probably like 11 or 12 years ago, I would go by Smooth. Everybody would call me Smooth, and a lot of my friends still call me Smooth. You know, and people in the streets, they know me, they call me Smooth. You know, but I would put that on the CDs and stuff like that. But you know, it was a lot of people named Smooth. You know, it was DJ Smooth, it was K Smooth. I got some homies named Smooth. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, at that point, it was like, I'm gonna just start going by my real name, you know, once I start publishing things. That way, I won't have any confusion when it comes time for, you know, for bring the money, bring the bag back, you know.
I always think it's sometimes best to go ahead and just own your own name as you move forward,
Yeah, for sure.
and you know just create your brand and create a strong brand.
And not a lot of artists do that these days. Go by their own name. So
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope that you want to maintain your ownership throughout all of the processes that involve making your music, staying independent, you know, doing everything yourself. I think that says a lot to who you are, and I think that's powerful.
Well, I have a really dope team. I have a lot of good people that I work with, and we always looking for more artists and stuff like that. But you know, when I first came in the game, you know, I had the label for like 9 years. I've been rapping for 12 years. I was trying to get a deal, you know, and I was real close, and I got a lot of offers now, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I really wouldn't take. I mean, they wasn't working out when I was young, and I used to be in the mindset like, why ain't this working out? What should I do to make it work out? But since I got older, I really didn't want the deals anymore. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you trying to get signed, you trying to kind of fit in and do what everybody else doing. But then once I got a little older, I just started stepping back like, man, maybe this thing ain't for me. Maybe it's for me to do something else and take it somewhere else, you know. So that's kind of more what I've been focused on.
What in your life has been most impactful to get you into like writing and as a producer and just become an artist? Have you had any real impact in your life?
Yes. I had a lot of impactful situations in my life. You know, music has always been like something that's been there for me. You know, I'm the oldest of 5 brothers. You know, and you know, I came up. You know, I had some tough times coming up, so music was always there for me, and it was always like a kind of escapism. And you know, I would just write because I was better at writing and talking when I was younger. So I would always like remake songs and you know.
Well, I hope you
opinions
come
got
back
really
another
down.
time so you can share a little bit more intricacies on those difficult moments, because it's always good to know the artist beyond the surface of what you're projecting, but
Yeah.
get to know who you are and then draw people in. I appreciate you coming in.
And one last time, tell the people where they can find you.
All right. Instagram, I am Michael Christopher. Remember, we spell it Michael, Micheal. And Christopher, Spotify, Michael Christopher. The website, keepitatplus.com. Spell out A plus. You know, you see me, you see me around, man. We got videos on YouTube. Go check out The Pressure by Michael Christopher. Come up from nothing. You know.
Okay, thank you for being here.
yes, we appreciate you.
And now we're going to go ahead and welcome Mo from our co-host, Mo from the NYC, New York City.
New
Nice
York.
to meet you.
We got Mo on the
Nice to
line.
see
In the
you.
In
house.
the building.
Hi guys.
Virtually.
Thank you for having me.
The poet that did not know it, but when you get a hold to Hotwordz, you're going to be writing me when I get through with you. So she have a couple of pieces, and tell your story, break down a little bit about yourself before you drop it.
So, you know, us women, we tend to follow our heart rather than our guts. And, you know, I was in a really, really bad relationship for a long time. And, you know, you go through the storm and eventually you see the light, you know, you come out of it. Thank God. You know, some people some people aren't enough to get out of it, but I did. And, you know, it was a really toxic, really toxic relationship and a really bad time and a dark space that I went through, a dark time that I went through in my life. And I never used to writing when I was younger, but something one night to put the pen to the paper, and I end up creating a couple of pieces that I felt like were really strong. So I was asked to share. So I'm gonna do that today. Don't judge me, you guys. This is my first time doing this, so
No judgment, no
No
judgment,
worries.
Abba.
We're here
Not
to
on
support you.
HAT. No, go ahead, girl, drop it.
the first one I call it Black Magic. So we both believe, acknowledge, and understand the powers that are near, dear, and at hand. From God, the ancestors, and the witches beyond, bring the powers of good and bad that can be drawn. It is with character which way you choose to use the power that the ancestors have created. The energy to help, heal, or use in the game was taught to us from since we were babes. So now things have not gone your way. You have chosen to use the powers against me to throw bad my way. You thought you could, if you thought you cause blockage in my life, it would tear me down. I survived years of abuse from you and still stand sound. But you need to understand, you fool. They have protected me all this time from you and all the demon spirits that surrounded you. Demons that you even battle within yourself that to cause me harm. My ancestors defeated them, protect me, and even put you down. You say you have gone back to God. You try to throw fear my way. I was who you were messing with. Your positions, rituals, and prayers will have no effect on me because my powers are stronger than you. You see, I suggest you stand down if you want any progression in life because my ancestors will only allow you limited time for strife. They will in the end retaliate. If you continue, this will be your fate. You want to walk in darkness? That is all you will see, even when the time has come when you will no longer be. That's be on this earth, able to take a breath. Continue, and you will forever pay your sins, even in life after death. So that's one. That's
Oh,
called Black
yeah.
Magic.
I like that one.
Right?
Thank you, and excuse the minor technical
And
difficulties, but we did get to hear most of it.
Yes.
It was good. You know, New York, the internet. Hey,
The hot spot for the COVID right now. Stay
It's
safe,
good.
by the way.
so hot out here. So it's like the internet like services going in and out, I guess, because it's so hot out here right now. We're having a heat wave right now.
But we did get the most
But
part,
that
most of it.
oh yeah.
yeah,
Yes, we did.
you
This is
know,
Mahogany Soul. I wanted to know, was that what was that inspired by? Was that personal, or was that just something that you just wrote just out of creativity?
that's personal. You know, some people don't believe in black magic. Some people don't believe that people actually take the time out their day to go and try to hurt people um, using black magic. So true. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And you know, us African American people that have that third eye, you know, I really feel like we need to tap more into our spiritual side because people are out there really abusing
True.
that part of life, and a lot of people don't believe in it, and it's really true. It's
Most
a real
definitely,
thing.
most definitely. But we know that we can counteract anything with love and light. So, you know, we don't fear, but it definitely are, you know,
Amen.
the negative presence that are here, you know, so we have to do that work to counteract it and balance it.
Yes,
Are you ready
yes.
to grace us with
So,
another
so my
piece?
second piece,
All right. Going through it.
Technical
um,
difficulty,
this
technical
was
difficulties.
this I wrote heartbreak like right after our separation, and I was still emotions. But if you guys are ready,
We're ready.
heartbreak is heartbreak is when life disappoints you of your expectation. When the one you love continues to hurt you physically, mentally, and emotionally, to the point you go and you do something stupid, acting on emotion. Heartbreak is when you see the love of your life with someone else and you feel like you're about to have a heart attack. Your breathing begins to feel exasperated and tears start to fall from your eyes. Heartbreak is when you have invested years of love, sweat, tears, blood into the person you thought you would spend the rest of your life with, and it's all stripped and taken away in the blink of an eye. Heartbreak is when you want to work on the true meaning of your vows, loving your partner through the good and the bad, thick and the thin, and the other party says no. I'm going through heartbreak. It hurts, but I will not allow it to weaken me. I will not allow it to break me, but allow it to create a new me. And that's what I have done.
Oh, yes, yes, you have. This is Gigi. I can't even hardly catch her now because she's out on the run. She just finished a motorcycle run right now. So we are very grateful that you was able to drop those new works. And we want to hear more from you as the weeks continue out there in New York.
Stay safe
Yes,
out there.
yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You guys are listening to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here on Accelerated Radio in the city of Inglewood, California. Thank you, Mo. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, and we have Gigi, the storyteller. Y'all know she always got stories to tell. What you got to say, Gigi?
Yes, yes. What I have to say is this piece I'm about to read, I wrote it in 2014, so I keep going around in circles and circles about what's going on in my life. And LGD poet, she keeps saying, oh, Gigi, it's just surreal. I keep saying, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm moving slowly. And she said, oh, it's just surrealism. I said, okay. 2014. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when people was walking around with T-shirts and they were saying, oh, I love my haters. I love haters. Y'all remember that?
No.
I love, oh, you young.
It happens still nowadays. So
I love haters. And then
other words.
This is my, 2014. I do not love haters anymore. I was on the bandwagon of I love haters very recently, but no, I don't love haters. I don't know what I was doing, but suddenly I thought, did Yahshua constantly keep talking about Satan? Did he say, I know I'm good because Satan hating? Did he keep bringing up Satan's name? He told us Satan kills, steals, and destroys. And from there on, the Messiah lived his life and did what he wanted and needed to do. He had passion and hunger for the truth. He wasn't bothered by the Pharisees and Sadducees who were constantly on his jock. He was just doing his thing. And they were always, hey, you, come here. Why you doing that? Why you saying that? They were always trying to bang on the Messiah, asking him, who are you and where are you from? His haters were never ceasing, just like mine, just like yours. See, haters have been around for a long time, and like the poor, they are not going anywhere. They are doing what they are assigned to do, and that's why they are so good at it. They have problems, and it is not our job to figure them out. Just know who they are and know they will not stop hating. So you do you and stop giving them authority. I don't love haters, and today I don't give haters any thought, and if I would say something to them, it would only be, thank you. They have made me realize how special I am.
Yes. Ooh,
But
I like
you
that.
still
Shout out
gotta
to
love
the
the
haters. You still have to go ahead and
I
send
love
them
everybody.
blessings.
I just don't like people.
Haters, no, never mind.
And that's what Martin Luther King said.
He said what?
We must love everybody, but we don't have to like everybody.
Boom shaka, that's it.
That's it.
Alexis.
Hi, family. Hi, family. This is Alexis Faye, and I'm going to be gracing y'all with some poetry.
Hey now.
Okay, this is called Meditating in My Backyard.
Ooh.
I beg Earth to open up, swallow this empty space inside so I can put away this battle. I should hate my darkness, deny my unruly coils, fill up with this. Spotted fruits dangle on my tree, so this skin I'll peel. If I remove one layer, I'll be wanted then. Take back this body and build me anew. Shame me for changing. Open up and swallow this. Yet my crown grows out like branches reaching for the sun. My complexion glows sienna to prelude my light. My celestial frequency let loose when I speak. I don't want to hear or see it. This magic I possess. No one cares for it, this sweet blackness. So I continue this way, inhaling, bearing the weight. I should smile.
Ooh,
That's nice. That's really nice.
that's good. That's good.
So,
What was the name of that one again?
meditating in my backyard.
Oh, I love your titles. I love it. I hate when it's only me, and I know I don't want to judge, but I don't like when a writer writes something and it's untitled. I want to choke you, but that's just me.
How many chokes are you gonna give me, girl?
How many untitles you got?
Too many.
Okay. It's just me. You know, I'm a writer, and just personally, I'm thinking that if you wrote it, there's something in what you wrote that you should come up with a title. But it's just me. You know.
Sometimes it's a process.
It
Gigi.
is.
It's a process to
Yeah.
title it.
I title mine's last. So for me, I always have the title at the end or maybe a few days after I've written the piece and thought on it. I never just, there's poets that have the title first, which I think is weird because then you're
That's too
kinda-
limiting.
Yeah,
That's
you're
me. That's
forcing-
me. Yeah.
You're forcing the poem at that point. It's like,
See, it depends. Like sometimes you can have the title and then it's the guide.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I hear
Yeah.
that. I hear that. Or sometimes things can just be simply untitled.
But see, that's the beauty of
but
poetry
I
and
get
writing
it.
because it's very versatile. It's versatile.
Right.
And that's the beauty about writing. How about
And you
you,
can
Grace,
always-
with something, Mahogany? I know you got some lyrics
Oh,
in there.
okay. Well, just put me on the spot then.
Yeah,
Because
All right.
you can handle it.
because it's hot like that, so you want a spot like that.
Well, all right then. All right. So let me just do a little something off the head. I see hate around, but love is all that we need. You know I can't love you, baby, if I don't love me. Yeah, truth is what we need. That's what we need to set the people free. Truth is what we need, yeah, yeah, and unity. This is the time for freedom. I hear them freedom bells ringing. This is the time for freedom, yeah, I hear the ancestors singing. This is the time for freedom. Let all your fears go. This is the time for freedom, baby. So let's grow, yeah. This is the time to be free. So let's be free. Mahogany.
Let's be free.
That's
All right.
Mahogany. Mahogany. So thank you, Mahogany.
Yes,
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just share a small one, a short one,
Okay.
before we go ahead and give you the last announcements of the
All
day.
right.
So this one, I called it, and it is titled
You
The
You
Gaze.
better because you're going to get choked.
Let's go.
It's called The Gaze. My gaze will pierce your wonder as I admire the contours of my face. I'm sorry, let me start that over again. The gaze. My gaze will pierce your wonder as you admire the contours of my face. The beauty of my nose inhales true history as the fullness of my lips will never be replaced. My ancestors' blood reflects in the silkiness of my skin. The strength in my collarbone nestles deep within. Heed the vastness of my hair as you stand bewildered in your stare. Accept all of me, the woman, the spirit, who will forever be free.
All
All right.
right.
All right.
Speak.
Thank you very much, and we're going to go ahead and give you the last announcement. Everybody out there, you know who you are. Check your inbox for Mask on the Mic, Part 2 for August 2nd. Remember. And then next week we'll have a feature poet who will be Solar Speaks from Nigeria.
Hey.
And then we're also going to have an in-house co-host. Corey Nash will be in-house next Saturday with the
All right.
Yay.
From Rap
HML.
Sessions, Corey Nash. And next coming up, Bomb Show, Black Gold for you. We out.
Thank you, everybody.
thank
for
you.
Aspirations.
Love.
Love. See you next week, people.
Give me your beat.